Hey, I just wanted to do a video about these DIY mini splits because a lot of people have been saying they can heat their house with them. I installed this setup, this 27K BTU with three 9Ks, 230 volt, 30 amp service or 30 amp disconnect with a 25, 50, and 50 line set. This is the exact one I bought. I installed it. Very easy to install. There's tons of videos about how to install them. They're not complicated. Mine was in a new construction house, so I was able to access everything, get behind the walls, and put whatever I needed to wherever I needed it to be. But people have been asking about these and how they can heat. So I did not have heat. This is a snapshot of my power bill for my house. I didn't have heat. I got them installed on the 11th, and this black line is the temperature. It doesn't factor in wind chill, but they came and taped and textured my house like the 16th or something is when they started, and so the Mr. Cools were set at 65 degrees or 68 degrees or whatever, and they weren't keeping up. So on the 21st, or I think it was the 20th actually, in the morning I got out there to meet with the guys that were taping and texturing my house. And they were having problems because they got out there and it was only 40 degrees, and that's unacceptable. The black line, like I said, doesn't do wind chill, and I'm a couple hours north of the cities in Minnesota. So you have the issue of wind chill. Well, it's negative 30 at night, and these Mr. Cools are rated to 100% efficiency to negative 5, and then it drops off from there. So I had to buy two space heaters and run those starting the 20th, I believe. And then I ran those to help supplement the heat, and I turned them off when they were down on the 26th. And then I got the floor heating running on the 28th, I think it was, the night of the 28th. And the 29th was basically just floor heat. I turned the Mr. Cools down. It's set at 65 with my floor heat with a Ruud combi boiler, and the Ruud combi boiler is doing an excellent job. But these DIY mini splits are just, they're great. I think they'll be better at AC, but I mean, they work and they're easy to install, like I said, but they're not the greatest thing for when it's, getting that cold. I think they'll do really well in the spring and fall, like November into December, and I think they'll just taper off, and I'll just have to switch to the floor heat fully. But like I said, I mean, they work. They're simple. They're relatively cheap when you compare it buying a furnace, an AC outdoor unit, and then all the duct work. I mean, I think when I priced out duct work for my house, it was more expensive just for the duct work at the time. I mean, these are COVID prices, than doing just these. And I got two of them, one in each bedroom, and then I got one in the main area. And there's a bunch of different manuals out for these. And when I was doing my research, I mean, I might have gotten a different manual, but I read somewhere that they're rated for 600 square feet apiece. And when I messaged them on Facebook asking why I wasn't getting the best performance in my living room and kitchen, because that's about 600 square feet of living space. It's 30 feet by I want to say 18 or 17. And they said these are actually rated for 350 up where I'm at for heating. So you might want to be careful with that. They said I could swap out the one of the 9Ks for a 12K and still run it on the circuit, since my other rooms are undersized because they're only a 10 by 10 bedroom. But my house is just a 30 by 40, 8-foot walls, nothing crazy. I mean, I'm not doing vaulted ceilings or 10-foot walls like some of these people are. But yeah, if you're up north of the Mason-Dixon line and it gets below negative, below zero consistently, I would have a backup way to heat your house, whether it be floor heat or, a wood stove, with the price of everything right now. I don't know. I mean, the electric, these days, it wasn't keeping it when I was set at 65. It wasn't able to find enough heat in the air. So I would just be careful if you're going to install these and it's going to be your only heat source. And just like floor heat, I mean, if you're running a propane, you're not going to, because I have a propane tankless. I mean, I'm not going to have heat if I run on a propane as well. So, I mean, that's just one thing I'd look at. You could do a radiator system or something. I don't know what people are going to do, but I just want to let people know that in Minnesota where I'm at, where it's consistently below freezing and especially below zero with the wind chills and everything, that they might not be the best choice to do it only that way, unless you buy a mega huge unit, which is going to set you back a lot more. Like I said, this is just a 27,000 BTU, 2.5 ton to 3 ton ductless mini split, and you don't have to buy from Home Depot. But Home Depot was the place I had to order from because I needed specialized line sets. If you order from like Menards and buy the standard kit, I think you get 3/16s, which is fine. And you can order additional line sets from Home Depot or wherever. I think they sell them at Lowe's too and Costco. But the individual line sets are very expensive if you don't buy them in a kit. Because I ordered it from a different place, and then I realized they only came with 16-foot sections. So I had to cancel that order because I found out how expensive the copper line sets are that are pre-charged. So anyway, any questions, feel free to PM me or whatever. Like I said, I don't think they're the best option for up here. I think they're a good option. I'll see how they do in the summertime, because I mean, my house is new construction, R19 walls, 2x6, and Tyvek, you know, the whole 9 yards with vapor barrier in the inside, Thermotech and gel on windows, decent doors, so it shouldn't be super expensive to heat and cool. But I mean, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to just heat it with this, so that's why I did do the floor heat on top of it. But these are definitely going to be cheaper, I think, than running a window unit. So anyway, thanks, bye.